Hello.
Hello.
Hello, this is Pavel from Czech Republic.
Hello. Do you hear me?
Yes, I can only hear you quite badly, and I don't see any video. So, are you going to just listen, or okay? I can see now.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, Pavel.
Yes, this is Pavel from Czech Republic.
Yes, I am Peppino from Italy, from Sicily.
Okay. Hello. Nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you. I cannot see your video.
I can see Pavel. Can you see me and hear me?
Yes.
Yes, now I can see you.
I can see Sophia.
No, I cannot see Sophia.
I can see you, Giuseppe.
Now I can see Christina.
I am muting my microphone, so when I need to speak, I'll just mute.
Hi, Sophia.
I can see quite a delay in what I'm saying and what do you hear. So.
I have 4 videos down, and I can see you, Sophia, and Christina, I think.
Okay, so I think we should still wait for other people, or...
Hi, Pavel.
Hello.
Okay, nice to see you all.
Nice to see you too.
Thank you.
Is there any delay when I'm saying something, or do you hear it in the
I
same
hear
time
you
as...
just fine. No delay.
Okay.
No delay for me as well.
Okay.
How are you, Monica?
Okay.
Good.
Uploaded with work, I can say.
As all.
Like everybody, I'm pretty sure. How are you?
Well, this is my accessory. You see?
Hello.
Crutches.
Oh. But you.
Sorry for you.
Yeah, well, I tried to in the park, with her, and I sprained my ankle.
Oh my God. I hope it will be okay in our meeting in Catalonia.
Yes, just 5 days resting, nothing more.
But
So, thank you. I'm muting the microphone because it makes a lot of noises behind. Just mute, okay?
I can't hear you very well. I don't know why.
I'm going to close the camera and mute the microphone because the microphone is too extra big bandwidth from my side. Is that okay? Pavel?
I must be. It's for me. It's very confusing. I'm hearing all.
I can't hear you anymore, Pavel.
You cannot hear me.
No, right now I can.
No, you can. So should we start with the presentation or?
But what about Abby, Urska? Because they are not yet in the webinar.
I just sent the email and I'm just waiting if they will join us.
Okay, let's start with the presentation because we have to save our time.
Okay, sure. So I'm going now.
But who is recording? Are you recording?
Yes. Okay. All this Hangout is recorded already.
Okay, thank you.
And so click on the microphone icon on your screen. Close the microphones, okay? Except for Pavel.
Okay.
So
Hello.
Hi, Urska.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, great.
Yes, I can. But we will keep our microphone closed until we are talking because otherwise it's a lot of noise.
Okay, so I'm going to start and
Yes.
open. So welcome everybody. This is first test. We will see if it's working or not, and I will be talking a little bit about how to use Google services for the projects. And this presentation is mostly based on the things. I present at the Gijon, and I just a little bit change it, so you will see maybe a little bit same things. So we suggest during the Dante project that we could use Google as a tool for communicating inside some group of people, and there are two tools we can use for this communication. And the first tool is called Google Drive, and the Google Drive is best for sharing documents, creating minutes, creating presentations, collecting data using forms, collecting pictures, and basically you can use it as a file storage for any electronic data you need when you deal with any topic. Second tool is Google Plus, and the tool or specific part of this tool is Google Communities. So you can use Google Communities for creating some news, creating some reminders, creating some discussions, and planning meetings. I just create this small table for explaining maybe more what type of tools or sub-tools of this Google Drive and Google Communities can be used during project or learning and any active participation of many other people. So for collecting data, there's a possibility to use a form from Google Drive, and the communities to use or the community in the Google Plus to use to announce that some form needs to be filled or needs to be answered by the members. So for collecting data form and with wall in communities. For creating documents as a result, for creating agenda for meeting, for creating minutes from meetings, the Google Drive and the sub-tool which is called Google Docs can be easily used. For sign up for meetings, we can also use a combination of Google Form and an announcement in the Google Communities. For example, if there will be any meeting, we can use specific event in the community for sign up and discuss all the topics connected with the meeting. For example, how to get there, what hotel should be booked, and so on. If there is any information you could or you need to share with your colleagues, we can use Google Communities to share about any article, video, infographics, and so on. And if there is any urgent notification, then it's best to still use email and send some quick message that we should, for example, agree on something and so on. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about the Google Communities and Google Plus community. This is sort of screenshot of how the Google community works and what is important and what people should use mostly. So there's one part which is called Shared with Community, and you can put in this part of this tool any link, any video you would like to share with others, and you expect that they will comment this article or any other information. There is also a great system for notification, so you can quite easily know that something new is in this Google community. There's something new you should read, you should comment, and so on. I have another screenshot. It's from the meetings, and this just shows that there's a sub-tool in the Google communities which is called events. Sorry. And you can use this even for creating some meeting, some not online meeting but offline meeting, and every time you need to discuss some information about the meeting. So therefore, this event in the Google community is quite great tool to do that. So now I'm going to speak a little bit about Google Drive, which is a second tool. And I'm going to try, and this is also a little bit test for the webinar, to play you a short video which will explain what is the Google Drive and what you can use. So I'm going to play the video, and if you can see, okay, maybe I should.
Sorry, Pavel. You can send this presentation to all of us.
I think the presentation will be uploaded on Google Plus probably.
Okay, because the connection is not the best.
Oh yes. We are.
Sorry. I'm not sure if you saw the video, so maybe we can discuss this later, and I will continue with the presentation. Sorry. So basically, the Google Drive is, as I mentioned before, is a tool for sharing documents and creating documents. And sorry. And now I have just a small tip for you, that if you are going to use Google Drive, you can easily now see what's new in the Google Drive, if there is any change in any document, if somebody put something new to the Google Drive. So again, you can easily now find out there is something new, you should react, and maybe you should do something more. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about mobile apps, and how we can all these tools use even outside our office, and we can use it on a way to work, to when you're traveling, and so on. So for Google Drive, there is a mobile app you can download, and you can use it on any mobile phone or tablet if you are using Android operating system, or if you are using products from Apple company, you can also download a mobile app, and you can use it for creating, again, documents, reading them, editing them, and so on. So this is a special Google Drive mobile app. And there is also another mobile app for Google Plus. So if you need to know where will be the event from your group and for your community, if you need to know what's new, what's happening in the community, and somebody posted something interesting to the community, you can now use mobile app for a mobile phone or tablet and to be still able to participate. So that's all from me, and now it's time for your questions, and we can maybe even discuss more about this topic.
Hi, everybody. I think we can use all this information and the presentation you gave us for another document we need to present, and we need to create in the training the trainer's guidebook on social media tools for active and participatory citizens. So I think it's for partner 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7 task. And I was asking Dana and Sophia to try do it based on what we presented in Gihon. Maybe we can design the first version of this training guidebook. What do you think? Do you hear me?
I cannot hear you very well, so I didn't follow the whole of your question. Can you please repeat?
Okay. We are going to do a training, the trainer's guidebook on social media tools for active and participatory citizenship. It's a product of our project. And I'm thinking to use the information you provided as for a beginning of this work. What do you think? I sent you an email, Sophia, to you and to Dana.
Yes, I replied. I think I replied to Dana. I don't know if I replied to you as well. Yes, it's a good thing. We can use it. And at the same time, we can test the tools and add our own experiences with the tool.
Mm-hmm. May we have...
regarding this...
Sorry.
It's okay. Regarding this presentation, this webinar, I would like to propose to Pavel and to all that we suggest this.
Wait.
For example, they can use and link it to their ordinary activities. How they can use the Google Drive to upload agendas or training programs. The material trainers activities. And welcome to all who just joined. Can you please mute your microphones so that you don't interfere with Pavel's presentation? Thank you.
Hello.
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 Hello. I see Pavel.
Hello.
Good. Hi. How are you doing? Can I see? Let's see. Who else can I see?
To be honest, I don't know who should be speaking now, if me or Sophia or...
Hi. Catalin cannot
Monica.
join. Hi, Maureen. Catalin cannot join. He called me like right now.
Okay.
Pavel, can you do something?
Monica, what should we do now? Should we discuss any topic or...
The theme of the webinar is connecting to mobile learning technologies and tools. So maybe we have to discuss a little bit on this issue.
Okay, so...
And it can be the base for the training of trainers guidebook we are going to organize, and maybe we can have a short draft next week in order to include it in our interim report.
Okay, so now we should maybe discuss what tools we are already using, or if there are any suggestions we should use, or...
What about the other partners? What do you want to discuss? If we are, anyway, all of us here.
For me, at least, I've got to see how all this works before I go any further. Start thinking about any more tools. My first question is, when all this is over, how do I record that we've had this video conversation? Can I record it?
There's a big noise and I cannot hear you quite.
Ed, can you mute your microphone, please?
You know? But basically, this works the same as Skype, right?
It's a background noise, a very...
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Maureen, and I can see that Eddie is doing something.
I was looking for a microphone.
Okay, so that's the noise.
That's better now, yeah.
Please mute the icon on your desktop. Eddie, can you mute the microphone? Because every time you make a noise, the camera goes to you, and it's difficult to follow a speaker. So on your screen, you should have some icons. One of them is a microphone, so you just click on that.
No, there's nothing on my screen about the microphone.
If you move the mouse around, it might be visible somewhere on the top.
Top of the screen.
Okay. Hello.
Can I suggest a possible result of this webinar? Now that we've had the webinar and we have recorded it, we will upload it on Google Drive, of course, and I don't know if...
Who is it that's speaking now, anyway?
I think we just lost Sophia, or I cannot hear Sophia.
It was Sophia that was speaking.
Who is it that's speaking?
Can
you hear me?
No, no.
Can
There's,
you?
It is. Okay. Hi, Sophia.
Hello, can you hear me?
yes, now we can hear you, Sophia.
Okay, so Eddie, if you mute your microphone and Maureen the same.
Well, you want me to mute it now?
Yes, please. So, can I suggest that now that we've done the webinar and we have recorded it, if we can just make a quick round with 1 or 2 trainers to see how they use it, so that we put the trainers' experience as well and some propositions on how the trainers can use it. And I think that would close the webinar as suggestions and real experiences. So up to you to discuss.
So who's gonna start?
Trainers here, and they don't have so much experience from Google Class. Although when we presented the event, they really liked it because they thought, yes, it's very convenient for the participants. One of the problems is that not everybody has a Gmail account. So it was very convenient for them to discuss between the trainers and exchange information. Yeah. So do you agree that we can ask our trainers how they can use the results of your webinar, what you just presented, and add a section to that?
Sophia, we are going to have a trainer with us in Greece. So I think this can be done as a short activity in Greece with the trainees, let's say, with learners. Maybe all learners are trainers, more or less. And we can do it in Greece, and we can close the webinar there. What do you think?
Yes, because we can record them as well, and we can add it as an add-on to this webinar. Yes, it's a very good idea.
Respect, Pavel, maybe you can produce something like an exercise, like an instrument, like a sheet for the exercise with some instructions, and we can give this to our trainees before coming to Greece. They can prepare, and then in Greece they can have, let's say, 1 hour of experience, live experience in doing this kind of things. And we can, of course, make a short registration.
Okay, I think there's one. I can understand that it's a bit of simulation that doing this during your meeting, because I think one of the key aspect is what we are experiencing now, that we are all around Europe, and not everywhere the connection is perfect, and sometimes this can really mess the whole webinar and so on. But there is also aspect about how to use generally this tool, and even for me it's sometimes very confusing. So I can understand that even all the people will be sitting in the same room, and they will be trying to just find out how to do any webinar. It can be useful. So to answer your question, yes, I can prepare some sort of steps and some sort of things that they should follow, and they should maybe be or they should avoid to make the webinar successful.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else who wants to join our discussion and tell something?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Maureen.
Okay. The thing is that the quality of the sound, I can't always hear you, and your voice breaks up sometimes, and as well the quality of the picture, you know, the image, is very blurry as well. Is that just me, or is it everybody?
I think it's everybody.
It's everybody, okay.
So anybody else who wants to share any experience from the
Anyway, Skype conference couldn't we couldn't join so many of us to Skype conference. So I think this kind of instrument is even better for different other projects because it allows a lot of participants.
We're missing some people, aren't we? Kathleen and hasn't been able to join yet. And Urska.
Urska is online, but I'm not sure why she's not involved. And Kathleen, she called me and told me he cannot join. I don't know why. Maybe Pavel, you can do something about that. Thank you.
Okay.
I am online, just I can really not hear really well, so I'm trying just to listen and not to interact so much.
Okay. And so what is your experience from the technical side about this webinar? Was there any, or there was some problem with the sound and the video, or?
Yeah, I think it's quite difficult to make something really useful because it's really annoying, like that you cannot hear the other person, and you have to take care all the time about like to mute the microphone or put it on so you can hear better, and this is for me like a bit not so good.
Yeah, I can understand.
I agree.
Right now, what I've done is I've put
On.
Okay. I cannot hear Sophia.
I can't hear anything.
Can you hear me now?
No.
Yep.
Slow. Okay. So I written down some ground rules for communication on that I will send around in an email and we can discuss, because that can also be done. We can put it online as well for our trainers, because when you conduct something like this online, we should have some communication rules, because then despite some technical problems, the information flow would be better. Do you agree with that?
I agree with Urska. It's not practical.
Well, I've done online classes with Skype. They don't have all these problems, and I've done it with more than one student.
I agree with Uska also, and with Eddie, because it's very difficult to hear, and all the time the internet go away. I have connected almost 3 or 4 times. It's very, very bad connection. Maybe we have to try without video. Do you hear me?
We hear you. I think
it's all very entertaining and nice for friendly chats.
Yes.
But as an efficient way to train people, no.
Okay, but this is also part of this project to find out if it's working or not.
Well, no comment.
that's not fair, Eddie. No comment. I don't know. It's interesting.
We have,
I don't think this is part of the project. I don't think it is part of the project to find out whether Google Hangouts works or not. I think the project In the first place, there was a survey needs analysis where only about 5% of people thought that Google was going to be useful.
Okay, so now we can close that Google is not suitable. And what is the next step? What will be the next step? Are we going to find some other tool which will be better, or?
You are right, Pavel. So if we decide that Google Plus is not the best, and probably it's not, let's have new ideas in order to find something to put instead. Because anyway, we need to teach people about active citizenship using innovative tools and instruments. And that is why we need to produce something.
Can we say that
it's not good? It's okay. We can do something instead. So probably during our meeting in Greece, we have to decide what are we going to try next.
Oh, Monica, I'm sorry, but for me, just now you've been speaking Chinese. I didn't understand a word.
You didn't understand the word because of technical problems, or?
Some people I can hear them okay, other people I can't hear. Some people break up. Just imagine this was a classroom situation that you're training. It would be a disaster. And I don't know. I don't think it's my computer. Sorry?
I think that the tools that need to be used depend on what you're going to teach people.
In this project, we are going to...
And it depends where the people are. Am I going to teach somebody in the south of Spain or in Lithuania, or am I going to teach somebody here in the town where I live?
I think if we can use some modern instruments, it's no matter where the people are, because we are not using the classical classroom. If the people are, I don't know, somewhere in Gijón, not in your office, or in South America, it's the same if we are going to use different communication instruments. This is the idea.
I think Eddie, what he was referring to is the quality of the service in each country is not the same, right? But
I understand, but probably, sorry, Maureen, we are not going to teach in South America.
Sorry? We're not to teach what?
We're going to teach South Americans.
Why not? What have you got against this?
About European citizenship, you know.
There are plenty of them here in Spain claiming European citizenship. But anyway, I don't know. I thought that this was just a trial run to see how it went. My own personal opinion, compared to what I said, what I've done with Skype, is the quality is very poor. I certainly wouldn't like to face a training session with my students with this service at the moment, as I can see it here. But I think maybe we should try it again and see if it improves, if it's just at this time of day or something like that. I don't know about everybody else's opinion. Certainly I agree with Sophia that before we started we should have ground rules setting out how the thing is going to run or how it's going to be run. And in the end we need somebody to write a summary of what's happened, a review of what's happened. But, well, thanks for the mouse, Eddie.
Maureen, when you tried, when you tried the Skype, were you able to record the session as well?
I didn't actually record. I never tried that. What we did was I recorded the information that it gave, that it started at such and such a time and finished at such and such a time, okay? But I've never actually recorded the session, no. Never tried it.
Okay.
What do we have to do to record the session?
Sorry, what did you say, Eddie?
What do we have to do in order to record this?
No, Pavel is already recording this.
But it was the idea that we are looking for the tool. We can do the webinar and record it and store it somewhere, so other people can easily then watch it and so on. So, but I think I have a same opinion that for me the Google Plus and live events is not so good as I expected.
But in the project, what we're doing is looking at tools and suggesting tools can be used. So what we're actually doing is very positive. We can say that we looked at this tool and give our opinion on the results, and maybe we could look at some other tool.
Okay, this.
Sorry, Monica. Can't hear you.
Okay.
Can't hear you, Monica.
Now, can
Yes.
you hear me? Okay. I just suggested that we are not happy with this tool, so during our meeting in Greece, we are going to find another tool to discuss about and make, let's say, a suggestion to the trainees. And of course, I think Pavel will do.
That's wrong.
Edmondo, okay, so we are going to try it. So prepare training maybe for Greece, this kind of tool if you suggested. But for that, I'm sure our colleagues in Lithuania will provide a questionnaire for the quality of the webinar, and we are going, probably all of us, to tell that it's not the best quality and not the best instrument to be used for training. So Regina, please organize this quality evaluation for the webinar because it's your task. Are you here?
Wonderful.
Edmondo.com.
Edmo.
That's another tool that you can try.
Okay, Eddie, can you try to?
Eddie, you can't see us. Hold it up further. That's better. Edmodo.
That's another training tool which might be useful. Like and another
But can you, Eddie, a little bit tell us maybe about the Edmondo? What is the best for it? Is it possible to make online training recorded?
No, it's a system which is similar to Facebook but closed. You have it for a specific group that the trainer decides. You add people to groups, and then you can give them assignments, training materials within that group, and it has an interface which is similar to Facebook, which makes it quite popular.
Okay.
Very very easy to use, I think. This is another one.
just lost.
Another very easy to use tool for chat purposes.
Smile me.
But closed chat. Simplemeet.me.
Simple, okay. Okay, I'm going to post links to these tools to Google Community so we can easily find out. So is there any other topic or any suggestion or anything?
Another suggestion is called todaysmeet.com.
Okay, so is there any more requests so we can now close this session?
Can't read it, Eddie.
Todaysmeet.com. Okay.
Todaysmeet.com.
Okay.
That's very similar to simplemeet.me. These are cloud-based chat systems where you don't need to download any software, you don't need to install anything, and you don't need to have an account, because it's a chat which runs from an invitation that I would send you a code to you access the chat that I have set up, which is based in the cloud, and which one of the small differences between simplemeet.me and todaysmeet.com is that todaysmeet.com allows you to set a time limit on how long the chat is going to be open. But I think both of them allow you to upload documents, right? You can upload, and of course they're free, right? They're both totally free.
But to be honest, I don't know how they are better than the tools we are already using. What is the benefit?
No, I'm not saying they're better. I'm saying that they're very simple to use, and depending on what form the training is going to take and who is going to be trained, they may be a little more accessible.
Okay.
Or they can be used as a variation, no?
Alternative tools.
As an alternative, yeah? And even if the group decides not to use them, individual members of the group might like to use them for their own purposes in their own situations.
Okay. So I posted all the websites to our Google community so we can easily find out after this session.
Yeah. Who is Gabi Tasca?
Yes, we have someone called Gabi here.
Gabi Tasca.
I'm Gabi Tasca from Romania. I'm colleague with Cătălin Amza, and but he cannot join, so I joined instead.
Okay. Salut.
Salut.
So Sophia, do you have any other topic or something?
No, I'm okay, I think.
So what about Gabi from Romania? Do you want to share something with us?
Not at this moment. Trouble. The signal is lost, and I did it again. I missed pieces of conversation from you guys. So.
Okay. And what about Regina?
Yeah, Regina hasn't said anything yet.
Okay, I think she said something that her camera is not working.
I seem to remember that Inchichon, Regina, and Vilja explained that Lithuania is leading the implementation of networks and high bandwidth in Europe. They were pioneers in new technologies in ICT in Europe.
Okay, I'm just reading from the chat, which is on the right side, that Regina is just listening. Okay, so maybe Urshka, do you want to add something?
No, nothing special.
Okay, so I think it's almost 3 o'clock now, so we can close this session. Even the webinar wasn't very successful. At least I could see you, and I think this is the best benefit. There's no reaction to my comment, so maybe.
We're not very talkative bunch, are we?
It's lunchtime in Spain.
Okay.
That's it.
So it's gonna be me who will stop this webinar because nobody else wants to add anything else. So thank you again for joining this webinar, and I think we will discuss more the results from the webinar during emails and our session in Greece, or your session in Greece. So thank you again, and goodbye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao. Ciao.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.